to be tied up. None of that matters. When you get that simple clarity, you are forced to either accept it or continue fighting it for the rest of your life. Hello everyone, this is Michael Deere. Welcome to the channel. If you're here for the first time, I'm an accountability coach that helps people overcome their obstacles and limiting beliefs so that they can make their dreams a reality. And we are talking about the life purpose checklist, and the topic we're talking about today is section 3 in that checklist that you can get for free at info.michaeldeere.com. You can go there and pick up your free copy of this infographic so that you can follow along. You also get 5 others. In the previous video, we talked about you needing to discover. You're responsible for discovering or uncovering your life purpose. And if you missed that, you can navigate through the playlist to find that video so that we can ensure we're on the same page moving forward. So this is 3 of 5 steps, and this third step is reflect and evaluate. So the previous 2 were really mindset steps in this process of discovering your life purpose. And I explained that transformation is all about your mindset shift. So when a person is looking for their life purpose, some people feel that if their life purpose does not come and shake them up or hit them over the head, that they don't have a purpose. And that's simply not true. You have a purpose. You just have to uncover it or discover it. And that is the responsibility of the liver, not the organ in your body. And I say the liver because so many people are being lived by someone else. And I call that being lived by remote control. And we don't have time to go into all of that today, but I talk about it in my book, Discover Your Life Purpose in 31 Days. I go into that concept in detail, that so many people are being lived instead of living their own lives. Does that ring a bell, or does that sound familiar to anyone? If that's the case, you can pick that up at your leisure, but we're going to stay focused and move on to stage 3, which is reflect and evaluate. So, how do you discover your life purpose? You reflect and you evaluate. The good news is that you already know what your purpose is. Technically, turn down the noise of your life, hone in to listen to the song your soul has been singing. So the good news is that even though you may not think you know your life purpose, you already do know your life purpose, technically. Because as we discussed in the previous video, your life purpose is not simply right under your nose. Your life purpose is simply right in your heart. Your life purpose is deep in your soul. You can't remove it. You can't take milk out of coffee. It is a part of you, whether you know it or not. And this is why we're going through the process so that you can discover it. So in order to discover your life purpose, you must turn down the noise in your life. If you're anything like me, you have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things pulling on you in all different directions, and you have a lot that you need to respond to. And sometimes this does not allow you to get the freedom or the freedom or the serenity to engage in deep thought. But it's important for us to be able to step away from the things that we're doing in order to get free space to think properly, think fully, and think meaningfully. And in this time, and it doesn't have to be one day, sometimes your reflection for your life purpose may take weeks or days, depending on how pointed your focus, your evaluation is. I had to be on a plane in order to get the freedom to discover my life purpose. And just as I said, it was in me all along. It was just covered, and I had to uncover it. So while I was in a plane traveling from Atlanta, Georgia to San Diego to a convention that I was supposed to be at, I picked up a book. I opened the book. It was John Maxwell's 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And if any of you don't know John Maxwell, he wrote the book on leadership. He was the foremost authority on leadership. Did years of study of successful leaders and condensed it down for people like you and me. And so he wrote so many great books, and you can and should read them all. So I was reading his book, and it came to one particular part, and it was very simple. And I'm so thankful that many of the life-changing moments of clarity that come into our lives, they're not complex. They're very simple. So simple that that they hold up a mirror to your heart, your mind, and you're forced to dumb down all the noise, dumb down all the complexities, and all of the things that can't happen because this is not complete, or all of these loose ends and tied loose ends that have to be tied up. None of that matters. When you get that simple clarity, you are forced to either accept it or continue fighting it for the rest of your life. And so in that moment, the question that was asked was this: what is your life sentence? He defined it as the sentence that would, and this is going to be a little morbid, but it's necessary, the sentence that will be placed on your tombstone, less than 10 words, that will have summed up your entire existence. That sentence that I shared in the beginning: I help people to overcome their obstacles and limiting beliefs so that they can make their dreams a reality. I mean, that's more than 10 words, but you get the point. That's the same life sentence. That's the same word. Those are the same words that I want to have on my tombstone, that I want to have in people's memories when they consider my legacy, or consider what I contributed to this thing called life. I'm urging you to ask yourself in this process of evaluation and reflection. Ask yourself the question: what are the words on my tombstone that will have summed up my entire existence? 10 words or less. I'm curious, what is your life sentence? If you were to answer that question now, what would you say? Write it in the comments below if you're brave enough to start the conversation. And remember, you could always change your comment or adjust it later, so don't be afraid. Join the conversation. If you want to get a copy of this and the other 5 infographic checklists, 5-step checklists, you can download them for free at info.michaeldear.com. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss another informative video. Thank you. God bless.